I want to get you guys up to speed on the frequency forecast for August 22nd through 28th, 2025. So grab your coffee, snuggle down. I have about 15 minutes where we're going to talk about the sun's current transit in gate 59. So I'll give you a second to pull out your human design chart. Check in the square, which is your sacral center. That's where 59 lives. That's what's being activated this week. Look at your chart. The square that is the second one up from the very bottom. Gosh, I wish I knew how to add an image to this. I gotta work on that. My tech skills are pretty lame, but this is I think the quickest and most efficient way to get the information out to you guys. A little bit about me in case you're new here. Welcome. I'm Janeen, and I'm just absolutely floored and excited that you're here to join me. Let's see. Um, I'm a human design manifester. I'm a 1-3 emotional manifester, that is. And so just a kind of a sneak peek behind the curtain, manifestors are initiators, and we get these things called creative urges. And when we get a creative urge, watch out. We're like a train barreling down the track and you can't stop us. We've got energy to plow forward and make the thing come to life that we are suddenly fueled with passion about. I am in between creative urges. I am in, I believe, a very intense rest cycle. It also happens to be just a very busy season of my life. As many of you, busy parent. Um, I work a regular job during the week and on the weekends. So keeping up with all the things is a lot, especially with what we're going through right now. And that's what I hope to bring you guys through this Substack, which is surviving the new paradigm. According to human design teachings, my dog Maya is here with me, by the way. She's a Transylvania hound, and she's the best. So according to human design teachings, we are on the fast track to a new paradigm, and those are not my words. Those are the founders' words, and those are the philosophical way of couching what we're working toward in a evolutionary process as human beings. 2027 is the year that everything changes. And it's not going to change overnight. We're already in the thick of the change, I believe. I'm also, in addition to human design teachings, where I'm understanding all about how our energetics are mutating and how we relate to one another, how we move through the world, how we are carrying forth our civilization. This stuff just completely lights me up. So I've been writing about it and broadcasting about it nonstop for 4.5 years. So yeah, I'm in the creative cycle where the urge is I'm slowing down and keeping up with the writing and the posts. I used to do what was called the daily vibe, and I did a daily forecast every day for more than a year, and that nearly killed me, but it was really essential to my growth and my ability to feel really equipped to share all of this with you guys. So I've been doing it weekly, and sometimes sitting down to do it. I don't use AI, so to sit down and talk about this stuff and write about it in a thoughtful way that will actually land with who we are now. That when with this stuff was downloaded in 1987, and it's really there's some dark stuff to try to understand and some heady stuff, and sort of put it into terms that will be applicable to us today and what we're going through, because this is the evolution, this is the mutation. We are experiencing the change right now in our bodies, and so every single week, every day, every moment, what the planets are doing are affecting us. They're influencing us. But it is essential for each of us to remember and look at your chart so you remember this even more, that you have your own energetic imprint. You are out there influencing others by the way that you carry yourself. Each of us has our own natural energy imprint, and we need to wield it in the highest expression so that we can get through these these tumultuous times. So that's what I'm hoping to bring you and to keep you in the loop about what are the influences that are causing all of us to sort of act in ways that are uncharacteristic to who we really are, that may be swaying us away from our real self, that might be taking us off our path of authenticity. And so that we can start to parse through the differences between, like, wait, who am I really in my core versus what are all of these, what's the energy in the air, which is maybe causing me to feel a certain way, and what it's causing other people certainly to feel a certain way. So um, that's why I share these frequency forecasts with you, so that you know what's bearing down upon us. And it's involving, astrology and the I Ching and the Kabbalah tree of life. And it's igniting our chakra centers. So I'm telling you week by week what center energetically is being activated in you and influenced. And if it is not naturally active in your body, so that it's not on your human design chart, if it's not colored in on your human design chart, which was the blueprint when you came into being, of what your natural energetic state is, that's what your human design chart shows. If what's happening in the skies is not lit up in your chart, then it is not a natural. It's like not on your life's syllabus, is what I like to say. It's not your um no, I'm not going to say it's not your business, because we can all feel these energies. And by feeling them and recognizing them and grappling with them, we build compassion and we build empathy for one another. So all these people out there who say empathy is, stupid or weak or whatever, fuck that. We all, we have the capacity for empathy, and we need to use it and learn it. Because once we learn, oh, this influence is bearing down on me and it's not part of me, I don't need to trifle with this. I don't need to allow myself to be taken and fall prey to these weird influences that aren't me. I don't need to make it all about me, but I recognize that, oh, my son has this energy, and wow, now I know what it feels like for him and his body to carry these feelings. So what's the feeling of this week? From the sun, which is such a powerful energy. It's the most powerful. We can talk about Mercury retrograde all day long, or what Jupiter's doing, or what Neptune's doing right now, or Pluto in retrograde right now. All very influential, all causing us to act whack-a-noodle. But at this moment, the sun, where the sun is in the sky with respect to where we are on Earth in our rotation around it, the vantage point that we have on the sun right now is through the lens of what's called gate 59. And so, like I said, look at your chart, see if there's a number 59 lit up in the square that's the second one up from the bottom, dead center in the sacral, right in the sacral center. Okay. This is 59 is called the gate of sexuality. And if you're a prude, you can call it the gate of intimacy. But it really is, because it's in that sacral center. All of those gates, all of those numbers in that square are having to do with life force, vitality, creation, like literal creation. We're talking specifically with 59, we're talking about um, literal reproduction. 59 is so rich and juicy that I don't want to give it short shrift. I want to give it the attention it deserves. It's extraordinarily powerful. I love this energy. I love to meet people who have this energy. I do carry this, but being a manifester, my sacral is not activated, it's not defined. And so that it's not colored in on my chart. You might share that aspect if you're a non-sacral being. But I do have 59. And so right now I'm really feeling it. And when I'm in the presence of someone who has its partner, that would create a full channel. And when I'm in the presence of someone with a defined sacral, this lights up for me. So I do feel this frequently. I love it. It brings to mind, I was trying to, if I could play music in the background, I would be playing the song, I think it's Foster the People, that come over here and sit next to me. Dee, dee, dee. Just say the word and I'll pop a seed. That one. This 59 is like, it so wants to, like, pull up a chair and look you deep in the eyes and be like, tell me everything about yourself. It is what we call an aura busting energy. It blasts through the barrier of someone's aura to get inside. If you think about sperm and egg, like the sperm literally is working really, really hard, millions of them. One reaches the egg and it works really hard to wriggle itself in there, and it blasts through the barrier and it breaks through the seal and it plants its seed and it proliferates. That is literally, like, reproductive, biologically speaking, that's the energy that is activated right now in all of us. Um, Literally and also figuratively. So when we talk about 59 being this like almost aggressive life force and vitality, wanting to get inside there, it's extremely flirty. It's extremely vibrant. It's someone who is like so involved in the conversation when you meet them, and they want to get to know everything about you. They are deeply engaged and very interested. So I think it's a blast to hang out with 59s. On the other hand, this can be about uh, stepping over, crossing boundaries where other people don't want you to cross. So while the person who carries 59 is often very outgoing, on the receiving end of that, people who don't have it might be really putting up hard boundary, especially the people who have gate 6, which is what conveniently sits right across from the 59. So look where the 59 is reaching out toward, and you'll see over on the right side of your chart, if you're looking at it, the triangle to the right of it is the emotional solar plexus. That's where 6 lives. When the two of those two get together, they create this lovely, like, push pull, um, a little gentle tug of war, where the 6 is the gate of friction. It puts up a wall of friction. And it is, if you imagine, go back to that, health class film strip where you were seeing for the first time that sperm cell barreling into the egg. It's that egg cell that's like, don't permeate me. You have to work really, really hard to get in here. I'm protecting myself. I'm protecting my babies. I always call gate 6, the like the mama bear. She's protecting her cubs. Don't you dare come near my cubs. Unless 59 can come in and say, I'm going to continue to prove myself. I'm going to demonstrate that I will be a supportive, trustworthy provider. You can count on me. I'll give you all my love. It's so good at establishing intimacy, breaking down barriers, breaking down walls to get inside someone or something to build this union, and it's quite beautiful. Um, on the low vibrational spectrum, and I got to wrap this up because I have to get going. It's a soccer tournament day. On the low vibrational side of things, if you're using this energy in the wrong way, it is about in an unwelcome way, crossing someone's boundary. You are too much. You're getting in their space. You're too close talking too much, or you've stepped literally into their sphere of safety. You've stepped into their personal space. There is a little bit of 59 which doesn't understand that no means no. There is an impulse to be what's the word? I'm trying to be, wait, what's the word? I gotta pull the word out. Not a slut, not a, it's a player, it's a player, but promiscuous. There is a tendency toward promiscuity because 59 is so eager to establish a bond. And they just, so many of these, I have to tell you, like, a lot of my clients that come to see me are men that have this feature on and cracking all the time. And they struggle with relationships because they want to be loved so deeply. And they seem to keep going after the wrong kind of partner. They're looking for love in all the wrong places. You know what I mean? And they're not getting it back. And whether it's women or men that they're trying to approach, it's like it's too much. So the 59 really has to be careful about not sort of spreading their seed all over the damn place, figuratively, or literally, and really concentrating that life force and that beautiful radiance and that energy on um, it- penetrating the walls of the right union. You're looking for, so 59 and 6 together, that's called the channel of mating. When they're together, they are like the unstoppable couple. They have built complete devotion to one another, deep commitment. They have shown one another that they will be there for all costs. It is a tribal energy. Okay, this is all about protecting the tribe and surviving. The 59 wants to spread its seed to, continue the bloodline so that it will continue to proliferate, right? It's a human drive. Um, if it is not committed, if it is not if it's not using that physical life force, that sacral, oh, that beautiful yes energy to go after what it really, really wants and what will be mutually beneficial. All these tribal energies are all about mutual. What do I get out of it? If I give, I'm going to give something to the tribe, but I better get something out of it. Protection, or financial support, or you'll help feed me or clothe me or love me, right? So it's just really all about this protection of the family and establishing the bonds and building unions. We could blow this up in today's world and say this is about who are you gonna give your life force to, insofar as like all of the different groups that are forming to fight this fascist regime that we're dealing with. Where can you really make a difference? Who are the people, who is your tribe that will respect you and welcome you and bring you in and bring you on board and provide you with protection and the support that you need? Where are you able to really build a perfect union in all the ways? So I think it's interesting. What I want, before I'm getting scattered because I got to go. I want you to think about your aura this week above everything. Your aura is so important. So as a manifestor, my aura is dense and repelling. I'm walk into a room and I am immediately pushing people away. They're like, "Oof, I got to step back from her." I don't know, energetically, that we don't really know this on a conscious level, but this is what happens. Um, so I have to recognize that I'm already imposing upon someone's personal space. And I have to sometimes feel like okay, I can soften. I can use some verbal cues or some facial communication cues to let someone know that I'm approachable and that I'm not going to try to invade them, and I sort of feel them out. How you doing? I work in a retail environment, so I have to think about that often when someone walks into the store. How do they want to be approached? I have to sell to them, but I don't want to impose too greatly. But if you're a generator, your aura is open and enveloping. You're like the cozy campfire people. Everybody wants to crowd around. Ooh, let's bring out your guitar. You're going to sing a song. Come around the campfire, generators, because everybody's going to crowd around you. Everything comes at you. You're so freaking magnetic. So your aura is like welcoming this stuff in. You're a magnet for this 59 energy that's like getting up in your junk. So you might need to exercise a little bit of, think about your energetic boundaries being a little wider. Give yourself a little extra berth. The projector aura is one that is, I love it. It's already focused and penetrating. When you have a conversation with a projector, notice their eye contact. They're right in you. And they're like looking through, they're like seeing through your mask. They're already uh almost making you feel exposed. And that's their gift. It's so brilliant because they can see right through the shit. You can't lie to a projector. So um if you're a projector, it's be conscientious of that this energy is already causing people to feel a little more bold and a little bit more, like I said, crossing over someone's personal boundaries. So just be aware of that. And as a reflector, your aura is slick and sampling. So everywhere you go, you're tasting this. You're tasting this. You're going to feel this a whole lot. You're going to suddenly be overcome this week by this like impulse to just like want to get inside everyone, and everyone's going to want to get inside you, literally or figuratively. So all this stuff about um, on a grand collective scale, this fucking regime sending in troops to Chicago and all these other 19 states, like that is imposing upon boundaries that you weren't invited to cross into. Except the red states, they probably are fine with it. Um, Chicago, though, DC, like they are crossing boundaries in a very, very unwelcome way. And so you're going to see pushback. You're going to see people's auras going, "Ah, go away." Um, Likewise with all this stuff about women's rights and stripping away laws that prohibit, sex assault and things like this, and lowering the age for marriage, like that is unnecessarily crossing boundaries that we did not ask for. So I find this, obviously the regime, everyone in it is living in their lowest, darkest, shadowy vibration. And so we don't want that. Let's not do what they're doing. Let's reach for the high. Let's use this beautiful life force to really build connection and establish worthwhile, meaningful, mutually nourishing unions over the course of the next week. This transit goes through the 28th of August. After that, it moves into the sun, shifts into gate 40. And so we will talk about that in the Heart Center next week. Okay, bye for now. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.